to come here and help us introduce our Rotary International President. DG John, you're welcome.
Thank you, PDG Tuso, for efficiently doing your work. Rotary President Shekhar Mehta and the First Lady Rashid, let me first say welcome to the Pearl of Africa. And allow me to remove my mask. It is your last stop on your several days African tour of various districts, and I think God designed it that way, that you save the best for last. Rotarians, Rotractors, and friends of Rotary, allow me to introduce to you our Rotary President Shekhar Mehta. President Shekhar Mehta is the fourth Indian to be nominated to be the President of Rotary International. He graduated from St. Xavier College, Calcutta. He did his Master's in Commerce from Calcutta University, and then the Chartered Accountancy and Cost Accountancy and Company Secretaryship. He heads the Skyline Group, engaged in real estate development in different parts of India. He's a member of many professional, social, cultural, and charitable organizations. He's a trustee of Operation Eyesight Universal India, a Canada-based organization, Shelter Box UK. He joined Rotary in 1985. He's a member of Rotary Calcutta, Mahanga, and was district governor in 1999 to 2000. He was the director on the board of Rotary International for the years 2011 to 2013. Shekhar Mehta has held many positions at the international level. Prominent among them that he was chairman of the Strategic Planning Committee of Rotary International. He was chair of the Joint Committee on Partnerships of Rotary International and the Rotary Foundation. And he was the chairman of Rotary India Literacy Mission and chairman of Rotary Foundation India, as well as chairman of Rotary India Centennial celebrations. Our president has helped Rotary add 2 countries to its fold, and that is Bhutan and Maldives. Keenly dedicated to service, Shekhar has led some major service initiatives in India. Some of them are constructing 500 homes for tsunami survivors in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Starting the Shelter Kit program, which has served about 20 disasters in India, distributing more than 10,000 shelter kits and helping about 50,000 disaster victims. He has conceived, designed, and scaled up the Rotary India Literacy Mission by starting initiatives like conceiving and starting the TEACH program. The program today has a reach in the entire country of India, and more than 3,000 Rotary clubs participate in this program, making it one of the largest programs of literacy and education by Rotary in the world. He has initiated construction of 7,000 plus toilets in rural West Bengal, benefiting more than 35,000 villagers, and he has been instrumental in setting up 15 eye hospitals all over India. He is a recipient of all the highest awards of Rotary International, Service Above Self Award, the Meritorious Service Award, and the Distinguished Service Award. Shekhar is married to Rashi. Thank you. Shekhar is married to Rashi. Rashi is a stage actor and has performed in many places across India. She is a past president of Inahir. They have 2 children, son Chirag, married to Gita, settled in Delhi, and daughter Shandin, pursuing PhD in Delhi. They have 1 grandson, Veer. During his year as president of Rotary International, Shekhar asks Rotarians to grow more and do more. His mission for the year is a leap in membership to a never before 1.3 million. He wants Rotarians to focus on empowering girls, be it in education, health, skilling, or WASH. He urges all Rotarians to serve to change lives. His own guiding mantra is service is the rent that we pay for the space that we occupy on this earth. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Shekhar Mehta, the President of Rotary International for the year 2021-2022.
In the enduring spirit of Rotarians, our call to duty is to serve humanity. There is nothing more heartwarming than to receive the Rotary International President, Shekhar Mehta, and his First Lady, Rashi. We extend our deepest gratitude to the dignitaries in this place, partners, trustees, and the Vijana Power graduates in the House. It is befitting as we remember a great man, the late Rotary International President nominee, Sam Owori, that is no longer with us, but as Rotarians, we are called upon to embrace that spirit of togetherness that he stood for. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our President, Rotarian Priscilla Nachiboneka, to address us, and to all the speakers. Because of the time that is not so much on our side, I would kindly request that we keep our speeches to 5 minutes, except for the inauguration. Is the Rotarian President here? Please.
Thank you very much. Rotary International President Shekhar Mehta and First Lady Rashi, TRF Trustee Jita Manek, DG John Magezi for District 9213, DG Young Himaro, District 9214, all the district officials, our partners, Rotarians, Rotaractors, and our guests. I wish to welcome you all this afternoon. First of all, I want to request that we observe a moment of silence for the late Sam Owori, because I understand today would have been his birthday. Let's observe a moment of silence. May his soul rest in eternal peace. On behalf of the Rotary Club of Kampala North, I wish to welcome you all this afternoon on the occasion of the inauguration of the Board of Trustees for the Sam Owori Rotary Vijana Power Village. The Rotary Club of Kampala North, working with other clubs under the direction of District 9213 and District 9214, is spearheading the development of the Sam Owori Rotary Vijana Power Village, which is an intervention to address the explosive challenge of unemployed youth in Africa and consequent vicious cycles of unemployment, fueled crime and violence. The village is named after Sam Owori because he personified the essence of Rotary. He loved the organization and what it stands for, and the dedication to Rotary causes, especially membership growth, support for the Rotary Foundation, and especially nurturing the youth. He possessed a humble demeanor, which made him approachable to people of all ages and walks of life. It is therefore in his honor that the village is named. Today we take a big step to hand over the village to the appointed trustees. A transition roadmap to the trustees has enabled the club to make the necessary preparations for the handover. As Rotarians, we shall, however, remain the boots on the ground for the trustees until such a time as our content partners start operating the village under the trust. I wish to thank all the partners who have contributed to this cause, and we look forward to continued partnership to address the challenge of youth unemployment. I also thank the district leaders for their guidance and support. I thank the Rotary clubs, the Rotarians, and other friends of Rotary who have contributed to the progress to date. Many special thanks go out to the trustees for their willingness to serve as trustees for the Sam Owori Rotary Vijana Power Village. It gives me great pleasure to witness the inauguration of the Board of Trustees, and on behalf of the club, I wish them success in all their endeavors. Let's serve to change lives. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, President Priscilla. I had not yet introduced myself, probably it's because I was very excited. My name is Rotarian Sharon Tumushabe. I'm a former Rotaractor in the Rotary Club of Kampala North, and I'm currently the Public Relations Chair for the Rotary Club of Kampala North. At this juncture, I would like to invite Madame Friday. We welcome you to give us an insight on Vijana Power and the concept.
Thank you so much. RI President and First Lady, it is a pleasure for me to provide highlights of the Rotary Vijana Power as a district chair for Rotary Vijana Power. The Rotary Vijana Power is an initiative to support youth waking up every day, having something to do. And the program was informed by the state of youth population in Uganda, where Uganda has the third fastest growing population and the youngest population in the world. And we are looking at 78% of Uganda's population, of the 44 million people in Uganda, who are below the age of 30. And then the program targets those between 15 and 30 years, and they comprise around approximately 30% of the total population. And these are young people who do not have formal work, or they are challenged with gainful employment. And for the opportunities, the realization is not just lack of opportunities, but failure to identify those opportunities. So with the Rotary Vijana interventions, we have the mindset change, And we are mobilizing Rotarians, guardians, and corporates to support youth to realize opportunities for employment gain. And these interventions are geared towards having a confident youth who is employable, who is running a sustainable enterprise, and in gainful employment. And for those who are employment, we want to see them professional and productive. And we are targeting basically two types of youth, the categories. We have the educated youth. These are usually ages of 18 to 30 years. They are graduates from the different institutions, higher institutions of learning, universities, and they're hard to employ. Because they lack employable skills required in the world of work. They have unmet attitudes, integrity, and their values need to be enhanced. And for the uneducated youth, the age goes lower from 15 to 30 years. They are not educated. They are school dropouts. They have low income, maybe living less than $2 per day. They're in the transitioning stage of their lives, and they have many aspirations. And the structures in the normal environment do not favor them a lot. And we empower them through our available programs of Rotary Vijana Power, where we provide mindset change and entrepreneurship training. Then we have internship and apprenticeship, where we partner with credible organizations to provide work-based programs. And then we have space where their ideas are generated and enhanced so that they have enterprises developed. And in this, we have had some results to show for. Currently, we have had 47 clubs initiating programs and investing over $100,000 to train and fund youth enterprises. We have had over 3,000 youth trained in entrepreneurship and mindset change. We have had over 150 youth offered internships, and also common sense enterprises started. And we hope by the end of this Rotary year, the figures would have tripled. And I'm glad to note that in the last 2 months, we have had 40 clubs that have contributed $40,000 to the Rotary Vijana Power grant, which we intend to implement during this year, and we hope these amounts will triple at implementation level. And this has been possible with the supportive team that we have. We have a great team. We have a board, a secretariat, the district chair. At club level, we have officers and area ambassadors that are supporting. But what I need to note is that this has been possible with the support of partners, the partners will be introduced to you. And the Rotary Vijana Power team, they support them and the Rotarians in their clubs to reach out to the youth in the community. And yes, that is it. I thank you so much.
As I host, I must be hosted. It's for this purpose that I will now call upon Birungi Happy Patricia, the founder of Makula Organic Limited, one of the success stories of Vijana Power program. Patricia, you're welcome.
All protocol observed. Good afternoon. Thank you. Happy Patricia Birungi is a young lady, currently age 28, and I met Vijana Power 3 years ago, to be precise. As a young graduate, hoping to step out and be the best that I could be. I'm a graduate in economics and statistics from Chambogo University. I've always been passionate about hair and everything hair. And fortunately, I come from a background that read hard, go to school, get a good job, get an insurance, and the future is bright. And a few years ago, after my after my school, I passed, and I was employed immediately. First time I left my paper today, the next day I was employed. To the world, I must have been lucky, happy and accomplished, but I was not. Because I thought deep inside of me, I knew I would do better. But the world I lived in knew that hairdressing and hair was not profitable or even humble enough or beautiful enough from my background. And unfortunately, on that very day, I remember it very well. My job posts me to northern Uganda, to the new office, and I sit down with my father. I didn't grow up with him, but it was more the first time I'm thinking maybe he would understand me, because mommy knew I should get a job and be good at my job. And I asked him, I'm offered this job opportunity and I need to travel, but I love what I'm doing. My hair and my products are starting to break ground. And my father looks me in the eyes and tells me, manufacturing, production isn't the future of this country. And that was 2016. I pack my bags and I take up my job to Gulu. And there is when I met Rotary Club of Gulu. And Rotary Club of Gulu was not there. And me together with my friend, the first president of Rotary Club of Gulu, we are part of the Rotary Club of Gulu, and Vijana Power has a training of 1 week in Gulu. To me, Vijana Power was the father I was looking for, was the shooting star. And right in that week, while we sat there, they told me one thing, which still anchors in my head, that my passion and what I was doing was bright. I had a talent, I had a skill, and I had what it takes to change and be who I wanted to be. Few months down the road, I retire. Come back to Kampala, and I'm like, when I hit 30 and I don't make it, I'll go back to school, and I'll do maybe an M statistics and continue. And I've not turned back. They've moved the journey with me from the very day. I remember I called up Roger, told Roger, I'm giving my shoot. I'm shooting my shoot. Let's see what happens. And right from the start, I didn't have money. I didn't have so much. I held on to a book they gave me. That was my business plan. He always reminded me, keep your target. Know what you want to do. It is a business, it's not a passion. And today we are Makula Organics. Lately we were Happy Hair because we began as a hair products line, and we have been able to grow as Makula Organics. We specialize in products and hair products and skin products for skin of color. So we are glad and very proud that today it's a brand. When you talk about natural hair in Kampala, Happy Hair is a name that will resound. I am persuaded. We have been nominated Women in Business 2019, and here we are today growing, employing, and we're still growing big. To me, Vijana Power was a shooting star, and I'm glad to be associated with Vijana Power, and together I can't wait to see many of us out there. Are so many young people who have skill and passions of things untapped talent, untapped skill, but we are locked up of what the world will think of us, because everyone thought hairdressing was not good enough for a graduate. And this is what we have turned it into. We are working on not only products, but people's images. Thank you very much.
A fruit gained may well be germinated in the name of Kukundakwe Ampson, and I would humbly let Ampson tell us his story. He's the founder and CEO of Twikos Construction Limited, a company that is building to improve livelihoods.
Can I just make a request? The speakers are far away from people. If they remove the mask, we'll be able to hear better. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rotary International President, Rotarians, Rotractors, and friends of Rotary. Good evening. My name is Ampson Kukundakwe, and I'm a Rotractor from the Rotary Club of Kajansi, which is sponsored by the Rotary Club of Kajansi. I would like to take this honor to be grateful for this chance that has been given to me to speak to such a beautiful and a wonderful congregation and talk about myself. In the Rotary year 2015-2016, different groups of young men who had just newly graduated from different institutions were by invitation engaged into the Rotary works of that was Rotary Club of Kajansi under the Rotary Vijana Power program, which was initiated by past District Governor Bob Wagwansibirwa. Together with the Rotary Club of Kajansi, they managed to call upon these different groups, and they showed them that they can actually reach out of school and start up something. They gathered these groups and with their different professions and different skills gained from school, they started something for them. And these groups were doing different careers, and to name them, there were Rotary Vijana Power Builders, gardeners, real estate managers, and here I am. Ampson, I was the chairman for the Rotary Vijana Power Builders by then, that is 5 years back. And I was managed by Rotarian Alex Kamkama, who mentored me and equipped me with skills together with Rotarian Juliet Chokunda. He's a Rotarian of Kajansi as well. So these young men were given a chance to express themselves to the world outside school. They were given a chance, an opportunity. They were shown that they can actually do things they wouldn't even actually imagine out of their boxes. And to date, by then, the group which was RVP Builders, it managed to turn into a bigger construction company led by myself, which is named Twicos Construction Limited, but it was all because of the Rotary Vijana Power program, which I entered immediately after school. And I was mentored very well, and now I have the courage, I have the knowledge, I have the skills. I can actually walk into an office and ask for a job. So if it wasn't that, I would still remain a technical guy who just knows about building and laying blocks. But now I can walk into someone's office and actually request for a job and bid and actually get it. And that's what we do. So I call upon all Rotarians, Rotractors, if there are very many youths who really need this. If we keep doing this, you realize we shall help many youth, and they will be so impactful to their communities, and they will learn more, and it will be really so I have a short story which I would love to share with you. I don't know if someone can help the other side. Yeah, so that's the name of the company, which is Twicos Construction Company Limited. That's the company logo. The company services, we do construction services, we do building designs, project management, surveying and geotechnical reports, and we actually even do material supplies. We are located at Plot at plot 107, ground floor, that is Africot House, that is Uganda Road. The team you're seeing there, that is the team that actually was engaged into Rotary works of Rotary Club of Kajansi by the time they had just graduated from school. The picture you see in the reflector, that is me. That is 5 years back when I had just graduated, and that was, I was at a site whereby we were sponsored by the Rotary Club of Kajansi to go and train how to do biogas plants. These are current pictures of the works of the company, Twikos Construction Limited. As you can see, this is all the product of Rotary Vijana Power program, which I joined 5 years back. And as of now, the company actually employs more than 30 youth. So this simply means that if we keep doing this and we keep supporting this program, many youths who are unemployed outside there, they will be in position to get what they can do and earn a self-reliant life and support themselves. These are the buildings we have actually worked upon. You can see this picture is a hospital, the other one is apartments, residentials. This is a summary list of our projects. I think we just need to keep supporting this program for a successful of very many youths who are outside there unemployed.
It's my pleasure to introduce Alex Kamukama to introduce, acknowledge, and recognize our partners.
Thank you. Our Rotary President and the First Lady, our governors, ladies and gentlemen, what a nice opportunity to introduce those who have made it possible for such young people to speak as they were speaking. We want to say thank you very much. Without you, Past Assistant Governor Kasi Fabian from Centenary Bank wouldn't be celebrating what we have done. Please stand up and our Rotary President sees you. We want to recognize Uganda Christian University that has been behind the progress of Vijana Power. Thank you very much for being here with us. And that is Stella Nantambi, who does a fantastic job. We want to appreciate the CEO of City Oil, Haji Mandela. He's not here with us, but he has done a great job. That's why you are clapping for him. He will know that you have done it. We want to appreciate the CEO of Uganda, but I've not seen him and her, but you know what they have done. Thank you for clapping for them. The LC5 chair of Mitiana district. These are people who are hosting our Vijana Power Center for Samu Ward Vijana Power Center. What a great opportunity that you have for the local leaders supporting the initiative of Rotary Vijana Power. We want to appreciate Stanbic Bank, and I'm happy that Barbara Kaseken is right here. Please stand up and they appreciate you. We are excited to have Housing Finance Bank in the house. And if they are not here, still thank them for us. And allow me to introduce one great gentleman, the Provincial Superior, Reverend Brother Cassio Aizire. RI President, we work with these people and they do us a great job. They have been running the Rotary Vijana Power Center in Vuyukwe, some distance from here. By God's grace, under the Rotary Club of Kajansi, where I'm the change maker president. I thank you all. Thank you very much. Just 1 second, President. Iread is in the house. Please stand up and the RI President sees you. Wonderful. They are the people who have given us the opportunity to be throughout Uganda in 18 centers. We go and get services without paying them. Thank you very, very much. Our bank, when we say our bank, we normally talk about Centenary Bank, but there is DFCU Bank in the house, and if they are here, please, all right there. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you very much.
For a man whose journey I can't pronounce, but I must say he's a very wonderful Rotarian through and through. If I'm mistaken, hope I'm not. He has been very instrumental in what we are celebrating today. Allow me to introduce our very abled past Rotary International Officer, Rotarian Tusu Vira, also known as Tusu, to give us a progress report on the Sam Owori Rotary Vijana Power Village.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Rotary International President Shekhar Mehta, stop at Shekhar, and Lady Rashi, our Rotary leaders, Rotarians, Rotractors, friends and family of Rotary. Now, as children, we were taught how to light a fire in the 3-stone cooking place. Some of you will not understand this. I know Yinka probably does because it's very old, and a few other people probably do this. But those days, matchsticks were scarce. And you would keep embers from the previous night by covering them with ash in the cooking place. Then next day, you put some pieces of paper and dry grass and twigs over that. And then you put increasingly bigger sticks of wood. And then you carefully blow on those embers to light the fire. And we'd actually chant a song. Anybody from Busoga, it will say, Kaliba katono kamaze ekyalo, which means this little flame I'm blowing will start as a small flame. But by the time it is done, it is going to cover the entire village. Kaliba katono kamaze ekyalo, kaliba katono kamaze ekyalo. You'll understand that sometime. And this really is the story of Vijana Power. And we must thank my friend Bob Wagwa for not forgetting the old skills of lighting fires. Thank you for that, Bob. Now, colleagues, Vijana Power is an idea, and ideas cannot be contained in a location. And this is why this initiative has already taken fire around Uganda and around Tanzania. And yet, even ideas must have a place, a bitter ground. Bitter ground, colleagues, is a testing place for ideas. So Vijana Power must have a bitter ground, a location where ideas and innovative contributions from different stakeholders are pulled together. A place where skills of young people like these have spoken. Thank you very much for those testimonies, can be developed. A place which is a demonstrator whose long objective, colleagues, the long-term objective is to change the entire approach to education in our region. We must throw out the old education which teaches our children that you go to class, you graduate, you get a job, you get a pension, and life goes on, because that has totally stopped. So that is the long-term objective, so that we can tie learning to practicality, to innovation and community development. That is Vijana Power. And the bitter ground is the Sam Owori Rotary Vijana Power Village. President, I will not go through it because I've got the booklet in front of you. And in your leisure time, if ever John and Young give you that leisure time, and I don't see that happening here, you can actually go through it and see what we are doing. It is only 40 acres. And yet contained in that 40 acres is the beacon of hope for the unemployed, not just in Uganda, but in East Africa, and indeed the whole of Africa. We face a big challenge in terms of unemployment. And therefore, the three-stoner fireplace, the village was started by the Rotary Club of Kampala North. But we all know that big ideas cannot develop in a small location. You must release your idea to other people if you believe that idea is going to grow. None of us can become adults in the wombs of our mothers. And therefore, Vijana Power Village is the start of that growth, and it will continue until the adult child is far beyond what we could have anticipated. Kampala North, thank you for starting it. Bob, thank you for fanning the fire, but the idea still goes on. We appreciate, and I must re-echo the appreciation to our partners, the Rotarians from all over Uganda, from all over East Africa, from Tanzania. Good to see you here, Shamil and Young, who have taken this idea on board, because the testimony is what we are looking for. That is the end result. It's not about us. We shall draw on the expertise, on the knowledge and resources wherever they exist in the world. Our core foundation, the twigs and the larger pieces of wood that have seen the fire so far initially lit, were all local. But this is going to expand. The corporates have brought on board the bigger pieces of wood, and that is sincerely appreciated. We have got friends around the world. I've got a big family here, President Shekhar. I've got a twin brother called PDG, Past District Governor Bill Gray, in Kingston, Ontario. You know this guy. He's from Canada. He's passionate about projects in our region. I've got another elder brother. This is Krish, I can't even pronounce the full name. We call him PDG Krish from Madras. He's actually my elder brother. He's very passionate about this project. We have got Ravi Raman, again from Madras, the cricketer. He's my younger brother. Again, giving a lot of support. Actually, to the current global grant, which has just been approved, Ravi contributed $25,000. All the way from Madras, he came here and was impressed and happy. Of course, I cannot forget my little sister, Gita Manek, Gita G trustee. She's also part of our continuing support. Thank you, Gita G, for always being part of us. And therefore, this is what we are trying to set in place and in motion today. Now, President Shekhar, we are in this for the long run. We know this is not going to mature in 10 years, not even in 20 years. But then such big dreams take time. And we are prepared to stay the course. Not as individuals, some of us will be long gone, but as the partnership we are building with all our friends here and with Rotarians, this idea is going to succeed. It is going to bear fruit on this continent. Now in the Holy Bible, God asked Solomon what he would like to have. And Solomon asked for wisdom. And through that wisdom, he gained everything else he could have asked for. President Shekhar, we don't ask for wisdom from you. We ask for friends and networks. That is all. Give us those, and we shall do the rest. Colleagues have long been associated with the words of Mohandas Gandhi, the Mahatma, quite likely because his ashes were scattered at the source of the Nile, where some of us were born, where hostile neighbors from Uganda think they own the place, but that is truly Busoga. And that's why I like quoting Gandhi's words. Actually, these are not Gandhi's precise words. They were paraphrased by others. Gandhi said, or is said to have said, be the change you want to see in the world. And the President, through the Sam Owori Rotary Vijana Power Village, that is our response to being change makers this Rotary year. Thank you, President. Thank you, friends.
On behalf of our great club, Kampala North, I bring on stage Rotarian Sarah Bagalaliwo, a wonderful Rotarian that will do a great job that I can't do. She's here to introduce our Board of Trustees.
Rotarian International President Shekhar Mehta, and the First Lady Raji, Rotarians, partners, Rotaractors, and friends of Rotary. It is my pleasant honor to introduce to you the distinguished Rotarians who have been given the honor to become the trustees of the Sam Owori Vijana Power Project. These eminent Rotarians have made reputable strides in their professional careers, but have equally made commendable and symbolic work in Rotary. They have been identified not only by proven records, but their exemplary commitment and dedication to nurturing, advancement, and the sustenance of the ideals of Rotary the world over. Their zeal for Rotary can only be equated to promises of politicians. The chair, Abel Atwochi, an internationally acknowledged engineering consultant, has continued with gracious humility to be the anchor for the bolts and screws that hold up many of our projects. He has steered this project from inception with a profound sense of duty, and we know he will do all it takes to the finishing line. Rotarian Jita Manek. The name of Jita Manek is synonymous with Rotary in East Africa, and her presence as the only lady among the bulls is a significant reflection of the indomitable leadership of women in our midst. Well done, Jita. Stephen Mwanje. It is the simplicity and sociability of this accountant that endears him to many. But Stephen enjoys that rare accolade of accomplishment of all mega Rotary projects in Uganda, which also have transcended beyond our boundaries. And no doubt, this is another mega one. Bob Wagwansibira. Since his Rotaract days, Bob has devoted his experience to inspiring the youth and getting them on board. As the vision bearer of this project, he stands to muscle all effort to see the reality of this dream. Ravi Raman. From the backbenches of our club where I sit, the name Ravi has sounded loud and clear. He has been phenomenal, not only in promoting partnerships between the Rotary clubs of Kampala, of Africa and India with great success, but he definitely has a big heart that moves project. He's an asset which we cannot miss out. William Gray. The world of philanthropy remains the preserve of those with hearts for humanity and the creation of lasting legacy. It is a vocation of those who serve beyond self, and we all look forward to this invaluable association and the benefits of a worldwide network he brings. Louis Kasekende. Younger than myself in life and Rotary, Louis has, in a short time, impacted his banking experience on our club. With an economist approach to empowering communities, we can only look for the better out of him. Mr. President, First Lady, ladies and gentlemen, join me with a resounding applause for our trustees. Thank you.
I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our past district governor, Rotarian Stevens Mwanje, to give us remarks on behalf of the trustees that we are going to inaugurate today.
Rotary International President Shekhar Mehta and First Lady Rashi, our governors Young and John, all our senior Rotary leaders here. I'm here to read out the speech of the chair of the Board of Trustees, Rotarian Engineer Dr. Ebo Atwochi Katahoire. First of all, I deliver his apologies. He's not able to join us. He was held up country, but is following up this meeting online. On behalf of the trustees of the Samuwori Rotary Vijana Power Village project, I recognize you all in your various capacities. I also thank you for making the time to attend the brief presentation about this project, which will be shortly followed by the inauguration of the Board of Trustees. The Samuwori Rotary Vijana Power Project, as already briefly presented, is to be established as a regional center of excellence, an operational conceptual base which is to maintain sustainable relevance to society. In this regard, the trustees do covenant to develop the Samuwori Rotary Vijana Power Center to meet the key intervention objectives of the project by taking up the overall responsibility, including fiduciary, to manage and generally provide supervision so as to ensure that the interests of the stakeholders, especially the beneficiaries, are addressed. I therefore take this opportunity to thank the promoters of this initiative for having found the individual trustees fit for the above. In so doing, the trustees will be involved in policy formulation and supervision oversight of activities that will change the lives of the youth in this country and eventually in the region. This will be achieved through learning, skilling, enterprise development, and innovation programs offered at the Samuwori Rotary Vijana Power Center in order to address the explosive youth unemployment challenge, eventually leading to every youth working. I do take this opportunity to thank the trustees for accepting to serve on the board. I also thank the organizers of this brief engagement with the Rotary President. But above all, I thank the President for finding the time to join us. On behalf of the trustees, I thank Rotary President Shekhar Mehta for accepting to inaugurate the Board of Trustees for the Samuwori Rotary Vijana Power Project, spearheaded by Rotary Club of Kampala North. Signed, M.S. Katahoire. Allow me now to invite Governor John Magezi Indamira, who will in turn invite the President to inaugurate the board.
Thank you, PDG Stephen. And my role is simple, but an honorable one. And I take the singular honor to invite Rotary International President Shekhar Mehta to come and address the Rotarians and inaugurate the Board of Rotary Vijana Power Program.
Good evening. What a pleasure it is for Rashi and me to be in the 7th city in 21 days in Africa. 7th country, sorry. And each country has shown us the best it has as far as Rotary is concerned and the country itself is concerned. I haven't seen much of Uganda, but the drive into the city itself was beautiful. What a lovely city Kampala is. As beautiful as its people are, and as beautiful as this project is. What a fine project. I always feel it's great to change somebody's life. And there's no better way to change lives than what you are doing. By health, we save lives. Yes, that is changing lives. But for long-lasting impact, if we want to see, you either make that person literate, and even if you make that person literate, it is equally more important, and if not even more important, that you ensure that that person is able to earn for himself or herself. And you are skilling that person, giving that opportunity to be able to live a life of dignity, pursue the passion, as one of the beneficiaries told in the testimonial. She could follow her passion. And when your passion becomes your business, that's the best thing to happen. Rotary is giving that opportunity, and I'm so very happy that the Samawari Rotary Vijayanapawa village is being dedicated now to the trustees, who are some outstanding people. I know a couple of them, and I read about the rest of them. Birds of the same feather flock together. So if Geeta Manek and Stephen are there, I'm sure the rest are just as good, if not better. And I know how good these two are. So excellent selection of the trustees, and I'm so happy. And the greatest joy to me is that it's named after Sam Ovary, a very dear friend of mine. Sam and I served on the board together. He was the only director who flew from here to my city to be at my institute. So there was a very special bond between us. It was most tragic. We all were so excited that he was nominated to be the president. But well, fate has other ways of expressing itself, and unfortunately, we lost him. And when there is a couple who love each other too much, when one goes, somehow, at times the other follows. It's sad that Nora also followed. Otherwise today, we would have probably met Nora here. But I'm very happy that in his memory this is being done. What a fine gentleman he was. A man who always on the board talked of governance, who understood what it means to run an organization. A man who stood for ethics, who came from a background where to him governance, ethics, the right way to do things were so very important. He brought the core values of Rotary to the front, and I'm sure this program itself will carry on that. So it's his birthday today, I'm told. Is Sam Ovary's birthday today, is it? I heard somebody mention that. It is. So it could not have been a better day than this for me to be presenting this. My congratulations to the host clubs. These programs, these are not short-term programs. They take a lot of perseverance. Any program for community development, skill development, you don't see the results in 2 days' time or a month's time or 2 months' time. It takes years to do that, and it needs a lot of patience, perseverance. But the impact is long-lasting. Huge impact it has. It changes the lives of people. And what can give me greater satisfaction than to see a project where you serve to change lives? And that's exactly what you are doing, and I'm so very happy that you've invited me to address all of you as we introduce the trustees and hand over to the trustees this wonderful program. And I'm sure in their trust, this program will grow and grow even more and serve to change lives. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tusu, for that. Our world president for Rotary and the First Lady, Rashi. Our governors, Young and John, Trustee Jita, Past RI Director, Yinka, Oloyinka, Baberola, Yakim, is my subject in the district of Ogara Kingdom, World President, and all Rotary leaders here and everybody online. It's an honor that we host our world leader of Rotary, the premier and oldest service organization. Welcome to the Pearl of Africa. This is the birthplace of coffee, the home of rare mountain gorillas, the birthplace of the longest lake in the world, and I could go on, and the most beautiful men and women you'll ever see. We are honored that today you could start with honoring and inaugurating this board, a board where we are trying to challenge the biggest pandemic other than the virus, that youth unemployment on the face of Africa. And we are happy that we are able to name it Samuel Ward Rotary Vijana Poa Village. And thank you for the kind words, and thank you very much with the First Lady for coming and finding time this afternoon after the travel to do this. Thank you so much. May I request all of us stand up and give a round of applause. Rotary International President, we are going to have a very short break to allow for a health break and a coffee break. Uganda is the biggest exporter of coffee out of the continent of Africa, and we have all varieties. I know India has some few beans, but here you have all the variety you need. So coffee will be served, and we shall be back in 10 minutes to receive the next program. Thank you very much.
Because we love to serve, we love to care, we love to stand up for our communities, and we love to party. This is your invite to a celebration as we toast to friendship, camaraderie, service, and Rotary.
Friends, my name is John Magezi Ndamira, District Governor, District 9213, Uganda. We are part of the global Rotary family. We are change makers. We support education. We save mothers and children.
At the end of the year, we have a district conference where we celebrate these achievements, where we come together to network, where we come together to build more friendships.
Welcome to Eneshipai Resort and Spa, Naivasha, Kenya, host to the District 9213 conference. This DC has been carefully crafted to deliver inspiration, celebration, with more than an overdose of fun.
It's a luxury resort and spa, and that is one of the reasons why we have chosen it. It's a little city seated on round about 50 acres, and it has everything. Everything for the recreational side, jogging track, lots of fresh air, lots of green, birds, lakeside, boat rides, family area, children's zone, a variety of restaurants, a nightclub, a conference facility that will host the great speakers that we are bringing for you. The meals are awesome. The night views are something else.
Oh, Susanna, I hope you're happy now. I see you flexing on the ground with your sponsor.
From the 21st to the 23rd of April 2022 at Eneshipai Resort and Spa.
Register today because we can't wait to see you in Naivasha, Kenya.
None of my business, and I see you in London.
Just months to the much-awaited 97th DISCON in Naivasha, Kenya. Don't wait for the last minute to book your stay. Naivasha, a popular tourism hub in East Africa, has a place for everyone.
We've organized for you accommodation. We are saying we are accommodating each and everyone. Those of us who want a hotel away from a hotel, an Airbnb, there's quite a lot in stock for you. There are very many Airbnbs. I've already checked some of them out, and I can assure you, you'll have an awesome experience in Naivasha.
The DISCON accommodation team has designated 10 hotels which meet the Rotary standard and has also negotiated for discounts for all our delegates. Packages from these hotels included such as bed, breakfast, and 1 meal for half board, as well as free Wi-Fi and transport to and from the conference venue.
Beautiful luxury hotels like Lake Naivasha, Back Resort, Esorianim, Sweet Lodge, Masada. All these hotels have been prepared for you, and they are able and ready waiting for you.
If you may consider looking for something different, the good news is there are over 50 other hotels ranging from $30 to $200. Naivasha also boasts of an Airbnb hosting capacity for over 600 delegates with prices from as low as $20, and like in all things, the amenities get better as the prices go higher. Are you an adventurous delegate? You can take advantage of the 3 camping sites at a low price of between $20 to $50. The campfires and outdoor feel is an experience you wouldn't wish to miss. For the hotels recommended by the DISCON Organizing Committee, booking opened on the 1st of August 2021 and is still ongoing.
All our designated hotels have been negotiated for, and we're encouraging you to make your direct payment either by the banking system or through M-Pesa, through the details that we will be sharing with you on the flyers.
For all accommodation, booking is directly through the hotel, camping site, or Airbnb.
Because we love to serve, we love to care, we love to stand up for our communities, and we love to party. This is your invite to a celebration as we toast to friendship, camaraderie, service, and Rotary.
Friends, my name is John Magezi Ndamira, District Governor, District 9213, Uganda. We are part of the global Rotary family. We are change makers. We support education. We save mothers and children.
At the end of the year, we have a district conference where we celebrate these achievements, where we come together to network, where we come together to build more friendships.
Welcome to Eneshipai Resort and Spa, Naivasha, Kenya, host to the District 9213 Conference. This DC has been carefully crafted to deliver inspiration, celebration, with more than an overdose of fun.
It's a luxury resort and spa, and that is one of the reasons why we have chosen it. It's a little city seated on round about 50 acres, and it has everything. Everything for the recreational side, jogging track, lots of fresh air, lots of green, birds, lakeside, boat rides, family area, children's zone, a variety of restaurants, a nightclub, a conference facility that will host the great speakers that we are bringing for you. The meals are awesome. The night views are something else.
Oh, Susanna, I hope you're happy now. I see you flexing on the ground with your sponsor.
From the 21st to the 23rd of April 2022 at Enashpai Resort and Spa.
Register today because we can't wait to see you in Naivasha, Kenya.
None of my business, and I see you in London.
Just months to the much-awaited 97th DISCON in Naivasha, Kenya. Don't wait for the last minute to book your stay. Naivasha, a popular tourism hub in East Africa, has a place for everyone.
We've organized for you accommodation. We're saying we're accommodating each and everyone. Those of us who want a hotel away from a hotel, an Airbnb, is quite a lot in stock for you. There are very many Airbnbs. I've already checked some of them out, and I can assure you, you'll have an awesome experience in Naivasha.
The DISCON accommodation team has designated 10 hotels which meet the Rotary standard and has also negotiated for discounts for all our delegates. Packages from these hotels included such as bed, breakfast, and 1 meal for half board, as well as free Wi-Fi and transport to and from the conference venue.
Beautiful luxury hotels like Lake Naivasha, Back Resort, Eserianim, Street Lodge, Masada. All these hotels have been prepared for you, and they are able and ready waiting for you.
If you may consider looking for something different, the good news is there are over 50 other hotels ranging from $30 to $200. Naivasha also boasts of an Airbnb hosting capacity for over 600 delegates with prices from as low as $20, and like in all things, the amenities get better as the prices go higher. Are you an adventurous delegate? You can take advantage of the 3 camping sites at a low price of between $20 to $50. The campfires and outdoor feel is an experience you wouldn't wish to miss. For the hotels recommended by the DISCON Organizing Committee, booking opened on the 1st of August 2021 and is still ongoing.
All our designated hotels have been negotiated for, and we're encouraging you to make your direct payment either by the banking system or through M-Pesa, through the details that we will be sharing with you on the flyers.
For all accommodation, booking is directly through the hotel, camping site, or Airbnb.
Because we love to serve, we love to care, we love to stand up for our communities, and we love to party. This is your invite to a celebration as we toast to friendship, camaraderie, service, and Rotary.
Friends, my name is John Magezi Ndamira, District Governor, District 9213, Uganda. We are part of the global Rotary family. We are change makers. We support education. We save mothers and children.
At the end of the year, we have a district conference where we celebrate these achievements, where we come together to network, where we come together to build more friendships.
Welcome to Eneshipai Resort and Spa, Naivasha, Kenya, host to the District 9213 Conference. This DC has been carefully crafted to deliver inspiration, celebration, with more than an overdose of fun.
It's a luxury resort and spa, and that is one of the reasons why we have chosen it. It's a little city seated on round about 50 acres, and it has everything. Everything for the recreational side, jogging track, lots of fresh air, lots of green, birds, lakeside, boat rides, family area, children's zone, a variety of restaurants, a nightclub, a conference facility that will host the great speakers that we are bringing for you. The meals are awesome. The night views are something else.
Oh, Susanna, I hope you're happy now. I see you flexing on the ground with your sponsor.
From the 21st to the 23rd of April 2022 at Enashpai Resort and Spa.
Register today because we can't wait to see you in Naivasha, Kenya.
None of my business, and I see you in London.
Just months to the much-awaited 97th DISCON in Naivasha, Kenya. Don't wait for the last minute to book your stay. Naivasha, a popular tourism hub in East Africa, has a place for everyone.
We've organized for you accommodation. We are saying we are accommodating each and everyone. Those of us who want a hotel away from a hotel, an Airbnb, is quite a lot in stock for you. There are very many Airbnbs. I've already checked some of them out, and I can assure you, you'll have an awesome experience in Naivasha.
The DISCON accommodation team has designated 10 hotels which meet the Rotary standard and has also negotiated for discounts for all our delegates. Packages from these hotels included such as bed, breakfast, and 1 meal for half board, as well as free Wi-Fi and transport to and from the conference venue.
Beautiful luxury hotels like Lake Naivasha, Back Resort, Esoriani, Sweet Lodge, Masada. All these hotels have been prepared for you, and they are able and ready waiting for you.
If you may consider looking for something different, the good news is there are over 50 other hotels ranging from $30 to $200. Naivasha also boasts of an Airbnb hosting capacity for over 600 delegates with prices from as low as $20, and like in all things, the amenities get better as the prices go higher. Are you an adventurous delegate? You can take advantage of the 3 camping sites at a low price of between $20 to $50. The campfires and outdoor feel is an experience you wouldn't wish to miss.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen, Rotaractors in the house, and guests. Please join me once again in giving a rousing welcome to our chief guest, Rotary International President Shekhar Mehta and First Lady Rashi. We're delighted to have you with us this afternoon, and I want to welcome you all to this session. I also want to welcome all the distinguished guests in the house. Welcome to this session where we are going to launch the Empowering Girls program. We all know that this is something that our Rotary International President is very passionate about. And Mr. President, we are glad that you share our passion. We too are very passionate about empowering girls in District 9213 and District 9214. And this afternoon, I want to invite one of the assistant ambassadors of the Empowering Girls program, Rotarian Flavia Serugo, who is going to come and tell us a little bit more about what we are doing in District 9213 in terms of empowering girls. Flavia.
Sanitizer here. Okay, sanitizer. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. A good evening to you all, our dear guests, Rotary International President, First Lady, our district leaders, Governor Young and Governor John, all Rotary leaders in the House, and protocol observed. A very good evening to you all. My name is Flavia Serugo, and I'm going to take you through a presentation for District 9213 on an initiative for empowering the girls. Because of time, I think we shall just go through this quickly, but I'll just give you a background about what is happening here in Uganda. According to the United Nations Girls Education Initiative report, we have about 700,000 girls in Uganda between 6 and 12 that have never attended school. And then we have half of them, ages 15 to 24, they're illiterate. And 4 in the 5 girls don't attend high school. We also have a report from UNICEF of a population of about 44 million Ugandans, 9 million are adolescents, and most of them live in harsh and difficult conditions. Most of the teenagers there get married off early. We have a lot of challenges faced by the teenagers. And although the government has tried to adopt some of these progressive policies, we still have a lot to do. And we're very grateful that we have this initiative to empower the girl child, especially the adolescents. Recently, we had something about girls not returning to school. Here, we haven't yet returned to school. I think we've been 2 years off school. So we have really a lot of challenges facing the girl child. And why is it important to empower the girl child, according to our RI President, as the initiative? When we empower girls, that means that the communities also will be empowered. An empowered girl or an educated girl means that we'll have healthier families, When we empower our girls, statistics also show that they are very instrumental in building economies and breaking the poverty cycle. And also by that, we strengthen our economies, whereby women contribute more to the global gross domestic product. And we also know that it's a fundamental human right for every girl to have access to education, access to safety, and also access health services. The many challenges we are facing currently, we have limited education opportunities, where about 22% of the girls are enrolled in school compared to our counterparts, the boys, who are about 43%. So we have limited educational opportunities there for girls. Insufficient access to sanitation facilities. We have shared facilities for both toilets for girls, which makes it a little bit uncomfortable for the girls to go. And then we have also poor medical care and access to information. Most of these girls are not aware, or probably are not aware of the fact that when they engage in early sex, they can actually have become pregnant. So that information is still lacking. Then we have harmful cultural practices, whereby we have about 1 out of 5 girls marrying before the age of 18. Menstrual hygiene management is a big challenge. Girls drop out of school. We have about 40% of girls dropping out of school because of menstrual health challenges. They don't have sanitary pads and even knickers, the basics, to manage this. 25% of the teenage girls become pregnant before the age of 19. While we have some who are dying because they lack access to the health information, most of them die while they're giving birth. Those are about 25%. Then sexual abuse, especially now in the pandemic, we've seen a rise in the cases of sexual abuse and domestic violence among the girl child. Of course, the child labor and domestic work has taken the forefront of the girls in the communities. That's what they do best, or that's where they're stereotyped. That's what they're supposed to do. So what can we do as Rotarians? Our Rotary clubs and districts can participate by creating and implementing projects that benefit the girl child. We can also use our existing projects and programs that focus on an empowering girl child to also drive this initiative. In District 9213, we have about 7 interventions. Already we have a signature project, which is an existing program for us, and that is the Maternal and Child Health Project. And this is what is going to be one of our main channels of intervening in empowering the girl child. We have maternal and child health champions. We have existing programs like the Rotary Roses. We have Rotaract Ladies Initiative called ROLI. They're also going to be part of that. Clubs already are doing a lot in empowering the girl child. Most of them do economic and empowerment programs. We have WASH programs, so that will also continue. We are going to partner with international and local NGOs and community-based organizations, as well as Rotary Community Corps, which have been kind of like inactive lately. We are going to participate in International Days of the Girl Child and the International Women's Day activities, and this is what we can term as our Rotary Service Days, where we shall highlight the empowerment program, and also I think the one which is coming up is the one on October 11th, the Girl Child Day, where we can also have some impactful service and spread the awareness that we need to empower the girls in our communities. Already I talked about the Rotary Roses Fellowship, which is providing skilling and mentorship and leadership development programs for girls and women. And also we have, we need to activate community-based clubs. I already said that the schools are still in a lockdown, and we need now to go into the communities and activate community-based interact clubs, which can be led by peer support officers to drive this empowerment initiative. And lastly, revival. I know many clubs have really not gone into reviving community corps, but you shall have reviving Rotary community corps in the communities, so that they're the ones to help us drive this initiative. We are going to focus on the 7 areas of Rotary to implement this. And as I said, there are many clubs doing that. So we have programs in basic education and literacy. And here we want to support the girls to access the basics of education, maybe by providing scholastic materials, mentoring in the communities, reading. Most of the children or the girls have actually forgotten how to read and write. So this is going to be some of the activities the clubs are going to do, and also sponsoring the girl child. There are many teenage girls who really need to go back to school. WASH, we're going to do menstrual health management, empowerment, and that we are going to do a lot of sanitary pad making, menstrual hygiene, and also do global grants in the WASH projects, as you see in the pictures that follow. We also do peace and conflict resolution, and we want to stop a campaign where we stop domestic violence and abuse of girls through community, and also using the radio talk shows. We're going to do maternal and child health campaign, where we say no to teenage pregnancies, and also provide antenatal care access to the girls. The economic empowerment activities, we shall do mentorship, apprenticeship, vocational skilling programs, in partnership with the existing programs like the Rotary Fellowship, of course, for empowering women, the Rotaract ladies are very active in that, Rotary Vijana Power, which is presented here, and also local implementing partners. And we shall also conduct Rotary Family Health Days, where we have immunization, spread awareness, do food and nutrition camps, mental health, which is now a big challenge also, alcohol and drug abuse, all that will be in the clinics. I'll just share now some few slides of the success stories which have already been happening. We have already some clubs which have been implementing these empowerment projects. That's the Rotary Club of Kampala, Sese, which also won an award at the last DCA for implementing an impactful project on empowering girls at an island and also catering for their educational needs. And there, I think our Vice President Yinka Babalola was handing them the award. We also have a project, a global grant project worth about $220,000 undertaken by Rotary Club of Kampala. And here they trained girls how to make sanitary pads, but they also built, improved 6 toilets to the schools and renovated a maternity ward. So that will go on as if in the global grants. We hope that we shall have clubs doing more of the global grants, and that was the handover. The Rotary Club of Kampala Nalia, where I come from, is also very good at empowering girls through the Rotary Vijana project, and we have already been skilling youth in different vocations, and we are going to do that. We've also applied for another global grant through Rotary Vijana Power to implement a project in Kamuli, where we're going to be doing these activities. Local partnerships with the local NGOs and community-based organizations and peer support workers is also ongoing. We have quite a number of them. Right now, I think they didn't come in today, but we have a local partner who is helping us in Wakiso district, which also is an area which has been a target for teenage pregnancies, and we're going to work with more of this to end this. The partnership of the Rotary Fellowship of Women, already their vision, we see girls where women lead and thrive, women and girls lead and thrive, and also we want to empower them through this fellowship. So we have many activities that cover that, and the fellowship cuts across districts 9213 and 9214. at the moment. Then we have the Rotary Ladies Initiative, which is also very instrumental and also in touch with mentoring teens through a program whereby we do virtual sessions with the teens. Definitely, we know that when our RI president came up with this, that is a quote, we know that when girls are supported and encouraged, starting at the youngest ages, it's always, I'm almost done. Okay. We know, sorry about that, we know that when girls are supported and encouraged starting at the youngest ages, they both have the potential to change the world, both as empowered girls of today and as tomorrow's workers, mothers, entrepreneurs, and leaders. And that's very powerful for us, our RI president, and we're going to follow that. So what we're calling upon everybody here, mothers, fathers, children, whoever we are, Rotarians, we want you to become an ambassador. We want you to become an ambassador to empower the girl children. Every one of us has been affected in a way, so let's go out and be the change makers. Let's go out and serve communities and empower more girls. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Flavia. We are going to have another presentation. As we are aware, our RI president is visiting 2 districts. And so we're going to listen to the assistant ambassador from Tanzania, Changemaker President Aisha Sykes, and she's going to tell us what is happening in Tanzania on empowering girls. Over to you, Aisha. Aisha is not here with us in person, but she's online.
Thank you and good evening. Good evening, Rotary International President Shekhar Mehta, Mrs. Rashi Mehta, our district governors, my fellow Rotarians, all district leaders. I am saddened that I couldn't be there with you this evening, but I hope that technology does not let us down and I am able to share my presentation with you on what we're doing in Tanzania. Okay, if you'll just allow me. Oh my goodness. Sorry, just 1 minute. I don't know what just happened. There we go. Okay. All right. I hope you can all see that. So this is the presentation from Tanzania. The assistant ambassadors for Uganda and Tanzania have been working together to ensure that the presentations that we give you this evening do not duplicate information. So I will share with you what we've been doing in Tanzania across the country when it comes to empowering girls. The challenges in Tanzania are not very different from those in Uganda. The statistics are heartbreaking. 1 in 4 girls in Tanzania complete secondary school. Teenage pregnancy rates are at 27%. The average age of first pregnancy is 19.5 years. In rural families or in rural areas, 32% of girls become teenage mothers compared to 18% in urban areas. As I said, the situation is much the same in Uganda, and Rotarian Susan will speak about those in a minute. So what is the approach that we're taking here in Tanzania? For starters, the Empowering Girls Initiative here in Tanzania is being spearheaded at the president's level. We have our service directors who are working with us, our PR teams and others, but we as presidents, as Changemaker presidents, have taken this at our level as something that we will spearhead over the course of the year. In the spirit of collaboration, we do come together to speak about our projects, and here I will share with you what various clubs across the country are doing, and then I will speak to you about the country level interventions that we're looking at. As you know, Tanzania is a vast country, and we have 47 clubs. So what I'm about to share is just a snapshot from Rotary clubs in Tanzania, from these locations that you see here. We have a tendency sometimes to focus on Dar es Salaam, but our changemaker presidents in other parts of the country are also doing amazing projects. So here is a project from Arusha. The template that we're using here is going to be the same for all projects. So a brief write-up, I'm not going to read it to you, but we hope that at the end of this, we can share this presentation with you, Shekhar, so that you can take a look at it and really see the impact that we're having here in Tanzania. On the bottom right corner are key project details, so things like budget, the number of girls impacted, and when the implementation date is. At the bottom, you see the Rotary themes that this touches on, and then on the left, you'll see the project partners that we hope to work with or have worked with. So this project from Arusha was on water and sanitation. The intended impact is 13,000 girls, and a lot of the focus is on menstrual health and management. You will see this as a theme ongoing, not only in Tanzania, but in Uganda, because this really is a pressing problem for girls in Tanzania and Uganda. This is another project which was completed recently by the Rotary Club of Dar es Salaam Bahari. Mtakuja Secondary School is the school that they work with regularly. And they recently finished building these toilets that will impact 870 plus girls. And in addition, they've linked to a STEM program, so a science, technology, and math program, which they then use to build the capacity, the skills, and the self-esteem of the young girls so that they may dream bigger, much like our Rotary International president inspires us to do. Another project that's happening up north in Bukoba is empowering girls from marginalized communities. Here, they're looking to foster change in community attitudes towards girls. As we know, a lot of times the problem is that girls are viewed as not as good as boys. They're viewed maybe as second-class citizens. So this project aims to change that and to change the mentality towards girls and how much or what they can achieve. This project is also in Dar es Salaam from the Dar es Salaam Club of Mikocheni. They've created a hashtag, Menstrual Thursdays, and they work with several schools in Dar es Salaam around menstrual hygiene. They're helping the girls to learn how to use reusable sanitary pads. We take it for granted that just because you give a girl a sanitary pad, whether disposable or reusable, they'll know how to use it. So they're taking it a step further and ensuring that there is an education component as well. This project is from my club, the Rotary Club of Dar es Salaam Oyster Bay, and it's a scholarships program that we've been running since 2010. We provide scholarships to Tanzanian students to study at Tanzanian post-secondary institutions for their first post-secondary qualification. As I mentioned, it's been running since 2010, and our students study things like petroleum geology, arts, medicine, education. Water engineering was a very popular one. And we look forward to seeing this program grow because it really is a flagship program of our club at the Rotary Club of Dar es Salaam Oyster Bay. This one from Iringa, in the central part of the country, it's with the Matumaini Center. The word Matumaini means hope, and they give hope to 30 girls at a time, through this project at least, who come from vulnerable environments. They're orphans, they're street children, they're young girls who do not have access to education because they fell pregnant, and the law does not allow them to return to education. And so it gives them skills that they need to be able to build their economic independence. This one is from Moshi, and it's working with thousands of girls, or looks to impact thousands of girls, and again, focusing on sanitary and personal hygiene, but working across the district, where there's 120 schools that they hope to engage with and partner with to make this a success. This one here is from Tanga, again, another menstrual hygiene project. As you can see, this really is a big theme in Tanzania. And when I talk about country level interventions, you will see why we've selected this as one of the areas. But they've also come up with a slogan saying, wasichana na wanawake ni nguzo ya maendeleo. meaning girls and women are pillars of development. We hope to turn that into a rallying cry across Tanzania so that people really buy into that idea that they are pillars of development, girls and women. And then this one is by ROLI. This is the Rotaractors Ladies Initiative. You heard Rotarian Flavia speak about it as well, where they look to empower girls from the Joe Kate Magelo Secondary School in Kisarawe, which is in one of the regions just outside of Dar es Salaam. They're also working in the space of menstrual health education, but they're taking it further with financial literacy, soap making skills, and partnering with a media partner who hopefully can use their resources as a vehicle for us as Rotary to be able to grow our messaging. So that's at the country level, as I mentioned. And now I'll speak with you about what we're looking to do. That's at the club level, sorry. So now I'll speak with you about what we're looking to do at the country level. We've been throwing around 3 ideas that we think could potentially have impact at a country level. And by partnering countrywide, we know that what we will do is we'll achieve the 4, or work towards achieving the 4 strategic priorities that we have in Rotary. We're looking to increase our impact, and we know that that can be done through multi-club projects. We're looking to expand our reach by partnering with the right partners from private sector, from media, and piggybacking on their reach and their effect, and ultimately their positive brands. We only want to work with brands that have reputable identities. The third is we know that this is an opportunity to enhance member engagement. So we want to get others involved, not just in the areas like Dar es Salaam and Tanga and Arusha, where there's a lot of vibrance, but what about those who are in far to reach areas? What about those clubs out there? How can we bring them on board as well to make this happen? And then finally, we are trying to see how we are adapting during these times. You know, in the past, we would have come together and done big projects together, but the pandemic has made us think a little more creatively about how we can do this. So we're hoping that by focusing on those 4 strategic priorities, we're able to come together at the country level and implement one of these 3 projects, or 2. So the first is on HPV awareness and vaccine. We see an opportunity here as this is the leading cause of cancer-related deaths in Tanzania. We see potential partners as UNICEF, the government of Tanzania, the Gavi Alliance, and very many as well, because I know that when one looks at the statistics, it's very clear that this is a problem and one that has to be solved. The second one is looking at girls' identity and community. We've spoken about self-esteem and self-image and personal branding. So we want to see how we can partner with entities such as Vodacom, who already have empowering girls initiatives here in Tanzania. We know that a lot of young girls spend their time on Instagram. So how are we using those platforms to communicate a more positive message about self-esteem and image and branding? And then you have partners like Jamii Media here in Tanzania who are very much into teaching people how to use media platforms. And then a third idea, you'll see this theme again, which is around menstrual hygiene. The statistics say that 10% of adolescent girls in Africa miss school during their period. And they miss nearly 2 years of learning across the span of their lives because of not having the right products and services during this time of the month. So on this one, we see that a big media partner called East Africa TV here in Tanzania has a campaign on menstrual hygiene. They are an urban radio and television station. They have this campaign across the country. So we're looking to see how we can piggyback on what they're doing. They've partnered with a Tanzanian supermodel called Flaviana Matata, who alone has 1.7 million followers on Instagram. We see this as an opportunity to partner with people like that, to grow our brand, to spread the Rotary message further, and to really show others out there that we are people of action. So I will not take up too much time. But I just wanted to say, yeah, that's what we're doing here in Tanzania, very much in collaboration with our assistant ambassadors and others in Uganda, not just in our district as 9214, but also with 9213. And we look forward to sharing this presentation with you, to sharing also information on how other people can come on board and partner with us on the Empowering Girls Initiative. So there are my contact details if anybody wants to reach out and see how we can engage with the Tanzania clubs, with the Uganda clubs, and I look forward to hearing back from you on everything that I've presented. Thank you.
President Aisha, for a wonderful presentation. As you can see, our chief guest, there's a lot that's going on in the region on empowering girls, and we are delighted that you saw that as a priority. I'll now like to invite past President Susan Samla, who's also an assistant ambassador, and she's also the chair of the International Fellowship of Empowering Women, and that was founded in Uganda by past District Governor Rossetti Nabumba. Please stand up for recognition. And so Susan is here to wrap up on what we're doing on empowering girls.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Rotary International President and First Lady Rashi, Rotary International Trustee, District Governors, past District Governors, both present and online. You're all welcome. I'm Susan Samla from the Rotary Club of Namasuba. And like she said, I'm the Assistant Ambassador, Empowering Girls, District 9214, Uganda. We've been working together as a team, as earlier mentioned, the three of us, District 9213, myself and Aisha. So we decided we would come up with the presentations in such a way that we don't repeat each other, which would waste a lot of time. I'll just give a brief introduction of our Empowering of Girls. This is one of the initiatives by our Rotary International President Shekhar Mehta, and we are carrying it out in District 9214, helping out the young girls below the age of 18. I'll talk a bit about the implementation here in Uganda. We are having interventions with the clubs, Rotary and Rotaract clubs, being asked to come up with projects that are empowering the girls, like I mentioned, below the age of 18. And this is what we are doing. And to help us do this, we are working with empowering girls officers who are in every Rotary club. They've been nominated by their presidents and seconded to us. So we are already working with them. We have a group, and they are collecting information, and we are getting to find out exactly what is happening in the clubs. As regards our communities where we are going to find these girls, we are mobilizing through the youth leaders and the community leaders. Here in Uganda, at the local council level, the youth leaders are very present and are very active, so we know for sure together we'll be able to do something. As regards continuity of the program, we are ensuring that each club comes up with a project that is sustainable so that we will continue working even after this year is done. A lot is being done, but in the interest of time, I'll give only about 3 examples. Empowering girls is done in all the 7 areas of focus, and it's happening even in Tanzania, like Aisha mentioned. In Uganda, the first example I'll give is the Economic and Community Development Project done by the Rotary Club of Kajansi. It's a $250,000 project that is being done for the teenage mothers to help skill them
It's called St. Padre Pio Rotary Institute, Buyikwe. Sorry. Yeah, that's where we are. It's called the St. Padre Pio Rotary Institute in Buyikwe. It's done by one of the clubs, the Rotary Club of Kajansi, where the teenage mothers are being helped by skilling them in different areas. And in the last Rotary year, over 400 girls were skilled. And something very interesting is that all those that are skilled at the graduation stage, they are given starter packs. And this is very good for them. Then in water, sanitation and hygiene, we have a project with the Rotary Club of Kampala and Zambia. And they have a project in Mukono, in Candlelight High School. And it's a 2-year program running from 2020 to 2022, where girls are trained how to make reusable, environmentally friendly sanitary pads. This training is really good for them because it helps them make the pads that they are going to use, but it also makes, they also train trainers who in turn train the others. So when these young mothers are able to make the pads, they're able to sell them and earn something. Of course, they sell them at a reasonable cost, and then they earn something. Then the Rotary Club of Zambia also makes use of these pads, and then they distribute them here in Kampala, and this has created a lot of impact. And as a result, school enrollment of the girls has gone up. The young mothers are able to earn something, and also the environment is protected because these are environmentally friendly pads. The third example that I'll give from Uganda is the Maternal and Child Health Project being done by Rotary Club of Munyonyo. It has a project in Agago. Agago is in northern Uganda, and where they help the young mothers. They give them mama kits, which they otherwise wouldn't be having, and then they skill them in different areas. And then the young mothers are also given reusable pads together with the other girls who are not yet mothers, and this is very important. In addition to that, they sensitize the community on how to engage the teenage mothers. Those are the examples that I can give because of time. I'll now talk about our partners. The partners have been talked about, but I'll also talk about them. Our first partner is the Rotary Fellowship for Empowering of Women, and this fellowship was born in the last Rotary year. The dream was from our IPDG, Rosette, and this is where like-minded people, both ladies and gentlemen, come together and work for the empowerment of girls and women. We are planning to do a lot as the Fellowship of Empowering Women, and as Empowering Girls Initiative, we are working hand in hand, and this year we believe that we'll concentrate more in the area of economic development for the young girls. Then we are also working with Rotaract Ladies Initiative, that is Rolly. Rolly was also born in 2015-2016 by the Rotaract ladies. It started with the presidents, then later on it's with the other lady Rotaractors. It's both in Uganda and Tanzania, in our entire district. And these Rotaract ladies are fighting hard to see that the youth are doing good. And this includes the young girls. We have partnered with them, and the Rolly, in every Rotaract club, we have a Rolly officer who is working hand in hand with us in empowering girls. So we are looking forward to working with them because a lot is lined up according to their agenda. Then lastly, I'll mention the Rotary Vijana Poa, which has been well talked about. It also handles the youth. And this year, one of their main focus is working with the girl child. And there's a lot of activities planned, a lot of projects for empowering the girl. And I'll mention just a few, which is going to be done by the other clubs that are not already implementing this. We have improving medical facilities to focus on the girls in areas of Medicare, guiding, counseling, and reproductive health. We also have, we are going to concentrate a lot on improving school facilities to help the girls stay comfortably in the schools. A lot more focus is also going to be done with the menstrual hygiene management, which is much needed in our communities, and other interventions like saving our environment. At the end of it all, empowering girls will definitely create impact, and I'll mention just a few of what we expect at the end of the period. We expect that more and more girls will be kept in schools. Girls will be better educated and skilled in different areas. Then we expect to change perception towards the girls in our communities. Parents will be engaged and will therefore be able to look after their girls better. Then the communities will be able to appreciate our girls better. Then lastly, the economies of our nations will be made better. However, for any initiative or project, we have challenges, and when we look at the challenges ahead of us, we see that the need for empowering the girl is great, and yet we have limited resources. Then the partners on board are still limited. We are trying to get more and more partners on board, like Aisha mentioned, and Flavia also mentioned, more and more partners are needed. And then we also notice that much as we are trying to empower the girl, some cultures or communities are still rigid. So we have to work very hard in order to have them change. We have a call to all. We would like to have all leaders embrace this initiative. This will make us work better. Then we request that the Rotary clubs, when we are talking to them, we request them to look not just at this year, but to look beyond the year, so that this will continue because it is much needed. Then we want to convince other organizations outside Rotary to empower the girl, not only Rotary. We believe that the impact will be greater if we all join hands. Then, like I mentioned, we need more partners on board. I'll end it. I see she's on my case. I'll end it by appreciating. To start with, we are really grateful to you, the entire team of Empowering Girls. We are really grateful to the Rotary International President, Shekhar Mehta, for coming up with a good initiative, which came in just in time when our girls needed empowering. We are also grateful to the Rotary family. We are grateful to our partners and also the communities where we are. Thank you very much. And have a nice evening.
Thank you, Past President Susan, for that elaborate presentation on empowering women and girls. I think you've left no one in doubt of what we're doing. I would like now to invite DG Young to invite our chief guest for some remarks on this program. DG Young.
Thank you very much. Now, I would just like to share some observations with you before I invite our Rotary International President. One is that we've been doing things for empowering girls, but it is when he appealed to us with so much passion that it really woke us up and made us feel this is something we really have to act on. And there are a few things that we've started to do as a result. One is, we've been doing it in Tanzania particularly, each club doing their own thing. But now we realize if we learn from one club and learn from another, join the lessons together and build a prototype of intervention, that we can really have effective projects with greater impact and also make it so much easier for others who've not done it to embrace it. So this is an inspiration that has come as a result of what you've done, Rotary International President. So thank you, and I would like to invite you to continue to inspire us. Maybe we will come up with many more ideas as a result of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, DG Young, for those remarks. As you may be aware, we have another program that is very much related to empowering women and girls. And this is one of our biggest programs in Uganda. It's the Rotary International USAID Partnership Program on WASH. It's a 4-year program being implemented in 21 districts. And a lot of what they do is related to empowering girls. And so I would like to invite past President Joyce Magala, who is a member of the host organizing committee for this program, to give us a little brief, after which our chief guest will then make concluding remarks.
The Rotary International President, Shekhar Mehta, the First Lady, Rashi, distinguished guests, all participants, you're welcome to this last presentation. The presentation is going to touch and give a brief snapshot of the Rotary International USAID partnership for water and sanitation hygiene in Uganda. My name is Joyce Mpalanyi Magala, and I come from the Rotary Club of Kajansi. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the representative from USAID, the Chief of Party, Johannes Anis, who has done great work to ensure that this partnership really works. The project of RIUSAID was started in 2019, and it is my pleasure to thank Governor John Ndamira Magezi, who signed the agreement for this partnership. Thank you very much, Governor John. The project is funded by USAID and Rotary International, and it's a 3-year partnership for expanding sustainable water, sanitation, hygiene services. The program targets 44 schools and 18 health facilities in 10 districts in Uganda. That was the original thinking, but as time went on, currently the project has expanded to 21 districts to match the Uganda Sanitation Health Activity targeted districts. This program exemplifies how the private and public partnership can come together to enhance sustainable access to water and sanitation services to improve people's health and well-being. And it has shown already how partnerships can help to better utilize funds efficiently for service delivery. Rotary International is paying $2 million and USHA is paying $2 million, which funding is matched with $2 million from Rotary International. And it is important to note that Rotary International is contributing $1.8 million, and the private donations from clubs in Uganda are contributing $200,000, which I think is commendable. At this point, allow me to acknowledge Rotary International staff for the hard work they've put in making this program a reality. They sought the partnership with USAID, and for those of you who are familiar with USAID, the processes can be lengthy, but thank God, USAID accepted to partner with Rotary International. And Rotary International and USAID in Uganda appreciate the learning and guidance from a similar program in Ghana, which is also funded by Rotary International and USAID program. They've provided a lot of strategic thinking, both for operational services, but also training to make sure that we learn from the past. And the implementation arrangements for this partnership started with 11 participating Rotary clubs, but now it has grown to 29 clubs. And within these clubs, there are focal officers who are deeply involved in the implementation, monitoring, and training of the different partners in this project. At the central level, there is a host organizing committee comprising of 15 Rotarians who oversee the strategic leadership of this project. And allow me to request those members of the host organizing committee present to stand up for recognition. Thank you very much. The committee makes sure that every dollar counts, but also the quality of work is also up to standard. The project implementation team members are around, and they can also stand up for recognition. They are hosted by the Uganda Sanitation Health Activity in the Uganda Sanitation Health Activity premises. We thank you so much for hosting the project team. The project targets Health Center 3s, and the Health Center 3 is at sub-county level. From the sub-county level, you move to the district and then the national level. So you can see that the target is where really the services are needed, at where we have the people. So far, a plan to construct 3 piped water schemes is underway, and the project is expected to provide improved access to safe water to 17,600 learners or pupils. And the project also targets to provide water to 27,000 people in the trading centers and neighboring communities to the health centers. The project has a very big core component, which is menstrual hygiene management and empowering girls. And when the previous speakers were speaking, I thought that it was very important for us to listen to how water and sanitation is very central to menstrual hygiene management and empowerment of girls. Studies have shown us that menstrual hygiene affects the majority of adolescent girl pupils who miss 1 to 3 days of school a month due to inadequate water and sanitation facilities. This project, the RI USAID project, integrates menstrual hygiene management in the WASH project for schools in order to promote girls' retention in school. The project supports the girl child to improve the menstrual hygiene management by increasing access to safe water in schools. 44 schools will access improved safe water, and already 24 have been completed. The project provides separate private toilets for girls, changing rooms, and incinerators for the safe disposal of menstrual materials. 53 schools will obtain new sanitation facilities with incinerators to enable menstrual hygiene management and hand washing facilities. All of us know how hand washing is very important if you're to keep a healthy life. And training is also a core component, and many Rotarians have been trained with regard to menstrual hygiene management. The project will engage in advocacy on menstrual hygiene management and specifically the institutionalization of the national menstrual hygiene guidelines in targeted schools and districts. We are glad that after the UN Declaration on Menstrual Hygiene Management, our government took it upon themselves with the partners in 2004 to develop menstrual hygiene management guidelines. These need to be disseminated for everyone to understand what needs to be done as far as menstrual hygiene management is concerned. The ultimate goal is to see that there is funding for menstrual hygiene management and that all schools put in place the required infrastructure. I'll now take you through a few pictures, photographs, to show some of the work that has been done specifically by USAID, USHA, the Uganda Sanitation Health Activity. And if you look at those pictures, there is a picture, it's on my right, I guess, that shows a stand-alone incinerator. And then the other picture shows an incinerator that is attached to a 5-stance latrine or toilet, and it eases the disposal of the used sanitary material to the incinerator. So these are the kind of technologies that we want to promote at national level to make sure that there is safe disposal of menstrual hygiene material. The next picture was Rotarians who had gone for a technical commissioning for some of these facilities and were engaging with the girl child and the boys to discuss about menstrual hygiene management. The girls looked forward to enjoying these facilities, which they had never seen. They were seeing them for the first time in their lives. Unfortunately, they were in school for just a short time, and then we had a lockdown, and until now, but we know they are looking forward to accessing the water and using the sanitation facilities. The Rotary International and USHA collaboration has yielded a number of results, and to date, 22 boreholes have been constructed, and 44 are still ongoing, so we can see how much RI and USAID is contributing to this project. And the activity will cost the project USD 300,000. Installation of 14 rainwater tanks is ongoing out of the 45 that have been planned. We are in the final stages of having the detailed engineering designs for 3 piped water schemes that will serve the health centers, the neighboring communities, and a lot of training has taken place at different levels for the Rotarians and the beneficiaries. And we have engaged with the appropriate district local government staff, such as the district water officers, district education officers, and inspector of schools to ensure ownership and sustainability for the project. Additionally, USAID has constructed 230 sanitation facilities. Those are 5-stance drainable toilets. When we talk about them, it seems as if it's something that is well known to us, but for us here in our local context, we know that most of our toilets in our primary schools have been have not been drainable latrines. So this is a big push, and we would like this to be replicated. USHA has also constructed 88 incinerators attached to toilets, constructed 88 group hand washing facilities, and if you look at the picture, if we move on, there is a picture that shows the facilities and also the different, they're talking facilities, reminding the children of washing hands and how they have to keep the places in an hygienic manner. And training of school teachers has taken place in 53 schools. There's been an upgrade for the capacity of water supply systems at 6 piped schemes. And USHA effort targets 610 people to have gained access to basic sanitation services. So far, the project's outputs has been 23 boreholes in schools, 1 in the health center serving an estimated population of 7,200 people, and 390 people have gained access to basic sanitation services. We know that once this project is completed, it will result in greater equality and better living standards for the girls in schools, and we look forward to going to scale, sharing the approaches and replicating the approaches in Uganda and beyond. And who knows, a phase 2 may be in the offing, given the need for water and sanitation, if we are really to maintain the girl child in school. And we know once you empower a girl child, you've empowered a nation. Thank you very much.
It looks like last time I invited our President Shekhar, that was a little bit premature, but now we are ready to listen to your reactions to the presentations today, and please remember to inspire us further. Thank you.
District Governors, young John, so young, today it's the other way around. I'm getting inspired by you all. What great work. You know, imagine you had a thought, you had a dream, and you go around the world and you see that dream is being followed by so many people. What else can give you greater satisfaction? That's exactly what I was seeing today I immediately asked that I want all of these presentations to come to me so that I can share them around the world, that this is the sort of work that is happening. So today my talk is going to be going zigzag because I'm going to talk on the various things that I have seen. Inspiration may come later. As I said, I am inspired. First of all, by the very fact that Rotary Fellowship for Empowering Women and Girls has been started. My compliments to you, IPDG Rossetti. Will you please rise? Can we give her a round of applause? So it was not just I who was dreaming of empowering girls, she too was doing it last year when she started this. Well done. I'm told there are 200 members. Wherever I go, one of my speech, always I say, add a zero. Today, I take up the responsibility of adding a zero to that membership. It's Africa-centric right now. I just now spoke to you. And we will make it world-centric so that people around the world become members of this. And maybe tonight, this evening, we'll find some time to discuss how this would be done so that you can take it forward. I'll introduce you to some people around the world who will take this matter forward. I was very impressed by the presentations that I saw, both districts. John, your district 9213 and Young, your district 9214. Outstanding work, absolutely. And covering all areas, wherever the need was, they've understood. I'm so happy. One of them is a Changemaker president. She's an Aisha, I think. She's a president. Oh, what an excellent presentation she made. And the other person was Susan. Is she an assistant ambassador? She is. Well done, Susan. Absolutely. So look, if the assistant ambassadors are doing so very well, the ambassadors must be doing tremendously well. Excellent. Between the two of you, you covered everything. And the person who made the last presentation also, I didn't get her name, sorry. Joyce. The presentations, all of them combined, put together everything that needs to be done as far as empowering girls is concerned. And I'm so very happy that points like country level were also touched upon by Aisha. That to me is the most important thing. World over, imagine, so last 20 days approximately that I've been in Africa, there has not been a single district where I have gone and not seen a project on empowering girls. So whether it was the 4 districts in Nigeria, each of them showed me projects on that. In Cameroon, we saw a project. In Ghana, we saw a project. So it is something that is resonating around the world. But what we don't have is a collective data for that. And it's very important that we collect that data. So I have discussed with Alex and I've discussed with Geeta, Yinka. It's also on the board. I'm going to now push it further. I've just now noted that go have a look at rotaryindia.org. rotaryindia.org. Last year we started collating data so that we know what is the value of the work that we are doing across the world. Next time when we want an international level partnership with UNICEF or UNESCO or USAID or UNEP, we should be able to give the correct data. Right now, what you are giving is maybe data for Kenya, maybe data for Uganda, but not the world data. But why not? When I saw projects in Nigeria, in Cote d'Ivoire, I saw projects in Ethiopia, everywhere it's happening. But Nigeria itself does not know what is the value of the work that has been done by all 4 districts put together. It's very important that we start collating this data. Once we collate this data, our partnerships will become even more stronger and we'll be able to go for international partnerships rather than only local partnerships. And here I want to draw the attention of 2 leading stars of Rotary in Africa, Geeta and Yinka. You have a major role to play, let me tell you. Extremely important role. Geeta, your role even outside the board of trustees, and Inka, your role even as, not as a past vice president, just as a senior leader, you naturally have a far wider horizon. You have the connectivity across the continent. These programs can be scaled up to a different level altogether, where empowering girls, I'm finding it is something that everyone wants to do, and it's quite defined, well defined, that these are the areas where we will work. And Young, you mentioned that. Now we all know that this is the area that we want to work. So it will be easy for us to collate that data also. So may I request you, just yesterday, Geeta, at your place, Geeta yesterday had a dinner at her home, and she was, I had the privilege of staying at a 7-star facility at her home. So she invited a lot of people, and there were UN people, and I spoke to all of them. UNICEF, UNEP, UNESCO, all three were there, and USAID is here. Why not speak to them about empowering girls is something that will connect all of these. If women are to be educated, made literate, it comes under UNESCO. UNICEF, naturally, children are involved in it, nutrition, empowering of girls, etc. UNICEF absolutely is involved. And UNEP, the menstrual hygiene management project, one project itself is a huge thing for the environment. Reusable sanitary pads to be used is a tremendous impact it has on the environment. We could get all of these for one project, and that is empowering girls, and have an Africa-level partnership. Because as I have seen the sample in the 7 different countries, which will probably have 13 or 14 districts in them approximately. So all of them are doing work in this. And I'm sure the rest of them are also doing projects under empowering girls. So why not have a national level partnership where maybe 2 or 3 of these things could be taken up. Maybe menstrual hygiene management, partnership only on one of those projects, or maybe on nutrition, maybe on skill development, whatever you feel is there or whatever suits them, can we do on something and take it a leap absolutely. Not just doing it at country level, but at the continent level. It will be a big thing, I feel, if you could do that. The more we do, I think it's very important also to get corporates. I know you are getting corporates, but when this data is collated and we know this is the scale of work, the number of beneficiaries today, if we collate all of it, imagine the numbers will go into tens of thousands, maybe touch even 1 million. And that will have an impact. Corporates want that. What are the numbers? Governments are interested. You go to a government and say, we are doing 500, they're not interested. You tell them, we're doing 5 million, they'll say, okay. So like I keep saying, if I go to India and speak to the education bureaucrat or the minister, and I say, well, you know, we are making 500 schools happy schools. He'll say, oh, wonderful, nice meeting you, Mr. Mehta, see you again. But if I said I'll do it for 50,000 schools, he'll say, would you like to have dinner with me? That's the difference. They are interested because there we are doing their job. And we have the power. We can do things when all of us come together, we can make an impact at a country level. Polio is the best example. Back home, we are doing it in literacy. We are doing it in WASH. WASH, I've had the gumption of going and telling the minister, we will do 10% of the work of the government of India over the next 6 years' time. Now, which organization goes and says this, that we will do 10%? But I know, because of our network, because of our numbers, it's absolutely possible. Because when the numbers get divided into 40 districts in India over 6 years, so that's 240 global grants is what we need, and we will be able to do 10%. The maths is very clear to me. The same thing can be done here. Much better. So my request is, please ensure that, and you will, the two of you, will have to play a major role in it. You have the great connectivity, one inside Rotary, the other outside Rotary. I've seen both aspects. You have both within Rotary, outside Rotary, great connections, and you should be able to do all of this. The USAID program is outstanding. 44 schools, the number of beneficiaries is going to be in thousands, so many thousands. But again, this is a program where I would like to add a zero to the entire thing. 44 schools is good, but 440 is even better. So let's think of it. So let's scale up this program. And this is a program, I asked John and he said, yes, 65% of the program is already done. And this is absolutely about empowering girls, getting them to stay in school. And in any case, it's a WINS program, Wash in Schools program. This is something that can be replicated around the world. If there is a success story here, it's very important that this is shared in different parts of the world. So why should USAID not think in terms, if they think that this is a good program and Rotary is a good partner, why not replicate it in other parts of the world? Why just here? So that's another thing. And the next is each of you, the assistant ambassadors and the changemaker presidents and the district governors, how about when so much work is happening, how about let's have the hashtag empowering girls. Anything that we do, let's have the hashtag empowering girls. In the next 15 days, can we ensure that this is a trending hashtag? Can I hear a yes for this? So we all need to work. I want to see every month we need to trend once. It's very important. We do some amazing work. It needs to be told to the entire world so that more and more people join. Next time you talk to anyone out, people will come and say, wow, you're doing a great job. I want to be a partner of it. And break it down to such small level that, okay, you want to sponsor one person, this is the cost it's going to be. Small amounts, but that's a retail funding for your programs. So I think great work is happening. And as I always keep saying, it is unfortunate that in today's age and time, there is still discrimination and there is disadvantage for the girls. It should not be. Girls are half the humanity. They should have half the opportunity. They should have half the rights. And all of this will not happen in a day. The correction will not happen in a day. Teenage marriages, teenage pregnancies will not just stop in 1 year. But we need to make a beginning. And I think Rotary has started. You are already doing these projects. These projects have been done over the last 3-4 years. It's not that you've started listening to me, but probably now we want to make a noise about it. We need to tell the world. We need to awaken the world. We need to tell everyone. We need to create awareness. And for that, it's very important that we keep telling our story. But mere stories will not help. When we do the work on grassroots level, then tell the stories, I think it will make a difference. And that's exactly what you are doing. You've done the first part, now keep telling the story. I will help you also to keep telling the stories. It's very important that we empower girls. I'm very happy to tell you, just the other day, Jennifer was interviewing me at an institute, and she herself asked that, Shekhar, a lot of people are asking me whether I will be continuing this program or not. And she said very emphatically, yes, I will. So that's very important. Empowering Girls is a program that is going to stay because the need is there. And Rotarians resonate with the program. So all the very best. Keep doing the great work that you're doing, but keep sharing it with others. Thank you.
So thank you very much, our chief guest. Thank you very much, our chief guest, for inspiring us and reminding us to add a zero to everything that we do so that our impact is felt much further than it is being done at the moment. Thank you for those words. We've taken them to heart. Empowering Girls will be trending from this day forward for the next several years, because that's what we're going to do, and we're going to shout about it. I'd now like to bring this meeting to an end. Today's activities are going to end here. We're going to take a break. And we're going to allow our chief guest at least a 45 minutes break, after which he will be coming. He will return with the district governor, John Young, that's what he said. District Governor John and District Governor Young John, to address the Changemaker presidents. But for the rest of us, this brings us to the end of today's activities, and we can now leave and at our own leisure. Thank you very much.